Hi, I'm Maxim Kelly. I'm a director from London, but I'm currently living in Barcelona.
When asked me as Jerry, I'm ready to direct another music video.
Sometimes I feel I'm broken down.
You'll soon realise, well, you don't soon realise, it takes a really long time to realise that keeping things simple is the best way to do things, particularly with filmmaking. You know, I think like the hardest thing about filmmaking is trying to make something make sense, or like to get your intentions of what you had intended to do across. So it's almost impossible, and everyone's going to bring their own reading to it. That idea came from a clip that was going around the internet, and I think a few people had seen it already. It was called, like, it was on YouTube, it was called something like Strange Rave. And there was just these people like in the 90s raving, all shot on mini DV. And it's just an amazing clip, you know, all these like people, obviously they've taken far too many drugs and they're all gurning and whatever, and they're just dancing, and the dancing is awful, but they're just having the time of their life. And I kind of loved that it was like people looking their worst, but yet feeling their best in many ways. It's the thing that everyone does with DV these days, where they try and shoot it, make it look really shit, you know, it's like really shaky camera, they'll like, they start to grade it really ugly or whatever. I mean, but you know, it's worth remembering that, like, you know, in the 90s, that was the best technology that was available, and lots of things were shot on that. And you don't ever go back and look at these things from the 90s and watch them again and think, God, that camera looks crap. You just look at the story, or you look at the video, or you know, it's either a good video or a bad video, right? So we went in and just approached it from like, we're going to try and make this look like we're shooting in the 90s, and this is the best camera we've got, and we're going to make it look as good as possible.
How do you go about training language? In the following examples, we will examine our language training program and how it relates to language as a system.
I was searching through my folders and I found a really beautiful image of a baby being baptized. And as the song was playing in my head, and I was just flicking through these images on my computer, and then that one popped up. I suddenly realized that the lyrics of the song could be interpreted as a toddler singing it.
I can't see no squares. All I see is circles. Tie the knot on my shoes. Pull the string on my girdle.
So then it was like, how the hell am I going to do that? It's like the pandemic. So I just started looking at stock footage, archive footage. I found a whole load of stuff. I realized that there was a whole load of sort of like baby developmental footage online that you could, you know, find and repurpose. And then that coincided at the same time with someone sending me a clip of Donald Trump singing Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, 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 they call him Scooby-Doo.
And I was like, well, how the hell have they done that? How have they made Donald Trump sing Scooby-Doo? So I researched that, and I found this little app online that would change the mouths. So I thought, okay, fine, that's it, I've got it. I can use this footage, I can put the words into the baby's mouth, and I can shoot the band, comp them in, green screen them, comp them in, and like, yeah, and it's an amazing video.
It's just gone round and round, round and round and round.
Of all the videos I've made, that one, it was the one that I was least prepared for. Least prepared in terms of like, I had no idea how I was going to actually achieve it. I got lucky with it. I was desperate to work at the time. It was just like right at the beginning of the pandemic, and I hadn't really worked before the pandemic. So I was, I'd run out of money. I was kind of a little bit not sure what I was doing. Yeah, that's obviously based on the name of the song, purely, you know, this idea of spirals and this very old school sort of animation technique. I probably, under normal circumstances, wouldn't have done the job without, you know, knowing how I was going to achieve it. But I think like you really do have to take risks, essentially, and you know, and you've got to remember that you're not working like solo. You know, there's all these other people involved in making a film, and you know, as long as you're working with talented people, if you're lucky, you know, sometimes they saved your ass, and they saved me on that one, that's for sure.
Lighting on the drift like a smoke city dream. Every part of the endless season is bleached out, cast aside.
The Black MIDI was slightly different to your conventional music video brief in the sense that like the song was telling a story, and they were quite specific about what the story was.
Always here, trying. You're closing the sun.
Any narrative music video isn't really telling a story as such, not a conventional story anyway. You know, it's always more about a mood or something, because just the amount of time that you have, and the way that your imagery has to keep changing when the song structure changes, or when, you know, parts of the music build, or when they quieten down. You know, you have to kind of like reflect that with your visuals, otherwise the edit feels off and things feel odd. So it's very difficult to tell a story and fit that into that kind of structure.
One more night in Absalom. Help yourselves, men, to whiskey, onions, and chilies.
You know, everything that I do up to a certain point is like massively storyboarded, maybe, if I have the time, or I at least make an animatic. But yeah, no, Black Country New Road, that was interesting, because like what I found, the idea for that came from, like, as a band, you know, they have so many influences in the music. 1 minute it's, you know, some sort of like Romanian gypsy music, and then the next it's, you know, post-punk, you know, and they're talking about they reference Scott Walker, Kanye West. They just have such a diverse group of influences that I thought, you know, that needed to be reflected in the video. So I basically thought I would take sci-fi, I would take like melodrama, I would take like B-movie special effects, I would take just like walking videos, you know, like these walking music videos, a bit like what we're doing now. You know, that introduce that, and just try and introduce as many different things as possible, as many different references as possible, but see if I can make it all hang together in one film.
And you, like Concord, I came, a gentle hill racer, I was breathless